guys, thank you so much for tuning back into Urban Tropical. This is Raj, and today we are going to talk about top 10 evergreen shrubs. Normally I will have always gone for a tropical look, but I am just trying to give a variety in my videos because I do have actually a lot of a variety in the garden, even though I always focus on tropical plants because I'm just crazy about tropical plants. But before I talk too much on this, let's get started. First one is Camellia here. Camellia is a really versatile plant. You can use it as a hedging, you can have it as a very upright like a tree, you can have a really compact bush. So there are a lot of options, and there is a big variety of color as well. So there is so much to choose from, and they are really no fuss plants. I don't remember having any disease, anything. So for me, if you are looking for evergreen with foliage and with beautiful flowers, this is a go-to plant. So that's my number one. Moving on to the next one. So my number two is Chuesia. The reason I have picked that up as well, you get kind of a variety in foliage as well. It gives you flower, and flowers are so heavily scented. So I have actually got that on my north facing, my house is north facing, so I have it on the front as well. They grow up to 2 to 3 meters tall, so they are not hugely big, but they give you amazing foliage and so fragrant flowers. You can, there is a, I think the one I have is called Mexico Sundance. It's very golden yellow leaf. I'm just going to attach the pictures here, and it's again very low maintenance. You can put it in full sun, you can put it in part shade, and Chuesia is not really recommended for deep shade, but if you it's open area and you are north facing, then you are good, because I have it in north facing as well, and it's doing really well. So we have done that, and now we are moving on to number three. I'm going to say buxes. Buxes are so all round. You cannot go wrong with buxes. So I have got actually so many different shapes of buxes in my garden, even though I'm so bad at clipping. And the reason I go for buxes is they just kind of gives a structure. You can have a formal, informal garden, you can have a freestyle, you can just leave buxes there. So we talked about buxes now, and my next favorite is going to be Fatsia. I'm just going to show you here. Fatsia is actually really good plant. It's very low maintenance. It can grow up to 3 meter tall, so it gives you really good structure, and it's low maintenance. I never had any pest problems, and it can tolerate shade. I mean, all the boxes it takes. It comes in two variations. One's this one, second one is a spider's web. So please have a look which one you choose. I think spider's web maybe need a bit more light than this one, and this one is more low maintenance. That's why I go for this one. I'm all about low maintenance. And let's move on to the next one. So the next one on the list is Callistemon. It gives you amazing flowers, and there is a choice in which color flower you want. The common ones are pink, red and white, and the cool thing is you can have it as a shrub or you can have it as a tree. In hot countries this will be a tree, in colder countries this is a shrub. So this one is actually a dwarf variety, and is not supposed to exceed 1.5 meters, and this is around 3 meters tall. It flowers in summer and they bloom amazingly. Again, very low maintenance, and it prefers full sun. I have got it on west facing side of my garden, so it gets sun from approximately 2 o'clock onwards, I would guess, when the sun hits that side. So again, cool. I love this plant too. Let's move on to the next one. I'm going to add Daphne on my list. Daphne is a really fantastic plant. It's a really, again, low maintenance. It gives amazing scented flowers if that's what you are after, and it's really compact. The only drawback to Daphne is it's a really slow growing shrub. So if you are after something which stays low, this is the one to go for, and it does really well in part shade. So because it's in the woodland area, it's always dappled shade there, so not for the full sun and not for the deep shade. It has to produce blooms, and it does prefer some kind of light there. So Daphne is a really go-to as well for a fragrance. And my next plant is, if you are after winter color, it's I hope I can pronounce it right, it's called Mahonia Japonica. It grows up to 2 to 3 meters tall, and it can do really well in part sun, it can do well in shade as well, and it gives beautiful yellow flowers which are followed by red berries as well. Wildlife absolutely loves it. And if you are about a garden style which is more wild looking, this is the plant for you. It's just amazing. And I find it that leaf is not everyone's cup of tea, but for me, I am really choosing it for its yellow beautiful flowers and its attraction to wildlife, and again it can do good in shade as well, so we have a lot to win. So my next plant is about the colors now, and I am picking Chinese witch hazel. It's again very compact, and it can do really well in part sun as well. And this one gives you a lot of flowers in the winter, so it's kind of again winter plant. And if you are after red kind of foliage, then there is a Photinia red robin as well. It's really low maintenance plant. Again, it can be as hedges, as trees, as tall shrubs, and the foliage is just all year round. And when sun reflects on it, the coppery feel you feel is really good. So I do like all of actually these plants. And my next plant is Californian lilac. So Californian lilac gives you beautiful blue purpley flowers, which actually I would say is more blue, there is no purple in it. So I have it on my street. I always think I wish I had the space to plant it in. It's evergreen, it does well in part shade as well, because it's north facing where I'm talking about, so that means it does well in part shade as well. And it can grow up to 3 or 4 meters even tall. I have seen it really big, and I have seen it really small as well. So these plants, you can always prune them if you want to keep them lower, or don't prune them if you just want them to go a bit more wild. So there is a lot of choice. The next one is rhododendron. I just love them too. They have got this amazing selection of colors, and some of them can do well in sun, some of them can do really well in part shade. They are not recommended for a deep shade. Actually, I had one in really deep shade. It never bloomed, it didn't die. Every time there was buds formed, it just ended up being more leaves. So now it's blooming because I have given it a bit more sun. And you can have it as a shrub, as a tree. They can be as low as a 2 foot tall. That's the, I think, variety I have got. I wanted something really compact. And so again, they are super easy to care for as well. Just make sure the soil requirements are met, and do not try to put them in a very deep shade. They will not do well. They might not die, but you're not expecting much of the flowers or the vigorous growth, so just keep that in mind. And I really hope that this video was useful, and if you have any comments, please leave them at the bottom, or if you would like to see any specific video or just talk about it, please leave in your comments. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you do like it, please click like, and please subscribe. Your support means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Bye bye.